Thank you for joining us at today's press conference for the Asian Festival of Children's Content 2013. AFCC 2013, organized by the National Book Development Council of Singapore, is back this year, promising to be bigger and better. And indeed, it will be, as it is held at the National Library for the first time. The Media Mart is said to be the biggest in AFCC history. The 6 days event is brimmed with interesting programs highlighting emerging trends, challenges, and effective methodologies for those interested in Asian content for children. I shall leave the detailed information for Mr. Ramachandran, Executive Director of the National Book Development Council of Singapore, to give us more information about the programs later. Shortlisted candidates for 2 major awards, Hedwig Anwar Children's Book Award 2013 and Singtel Asian Picture Book Award 2013 will be announced by Ms. Claire Chang, Chairperson of the Board of Advisors for the Asian Festival of Children's Content and Senior Vice President, Banyan Tree Holdings. There would also be interesting panel discussions on 3 topics by the AFCC speakers. We have Dr. Koo Kim Chu and Dr. Chitra Shekhar of Teachers Congress and Parents Forum, Emily Lim and Stephanie Wong for the AFCC Writers and Illustrators Conference, and David Kwok and Shariza Manzoor from the Media Summit. Moderating the discussions will be Mr. Ramachandran himself. So without further ado, may I please invite Mr. Ramachandran to start the ball rolling. Mr. Rama, please.
Thank you very much for the lovely introduction. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. Lim Kok, Chairman, Book Council. Good morning, Claire Chang, Chairman, AFCC. Good morning, speakers and everybody. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'll make this presentation very short. Both our Chairman Book Council and Chairman AFCC. Chairman Book Council has just flown in from KL. And Chairman AFC is flying off after this press conference. So we will make the presentation as short and as possible. Now, I just want to breeze you through what we have got for you this AFCC 2013. Now, why AFCC? Now, the reason why we are so passionate about AFCC is because of lack of content. If 60% of the world's population, children, are residing in Asia without content, with Asian teens particularly, and they're hungering for content. And this is what we hope to fulfill in the days ahead. Now, the AFCC began 10 years ago, or 13 years ago, and from a small conference has become a big festival. In fact, we have only 3 simple aims for AFCC. First, develop the skills of our Asian writers. Second, to promote the publication of writing and provide access. DPP. These are the 3 main objectives we have got. Now, you will see, all of us have grown with books and materials from the West. None of us have been reading books that are written by our authors. But we hope the next generation will, experience of the next generation will be different. Now, who are our target audience? Our target audiences are not specific. They are a broad spectrum, everybody involved in content development. From the beginners, the writers, and the end of the continuum, the producers, the publishers. We are involving everybody in between as well. And that is why our program is packed. For each of them will find a niche session to attend. Now, AFCC participants have grown over the years. This year, our chairman has given a very, very high target. And you see, the targets are very, very high. And we hope that with your support,
we will achieve them. And this year, as you say, the programs are very impressive. The book launches, the product launches have doubled from 20 to about 30 this year. These are very good examples of how AFC has contributed towards the development of content. Now, what is our story? The whole conference has one big story. In fact, everything begins with the story. The story can be written, imagination. And from writing, it can migrate to books, films, e-books, whatever. But the most important thing is the story. The story is a core part of everything. And the big story is that it migrates to every other platform, every other age. Now, this year's conference is anchored by 4 main conferences. First is the conference for teachers, and then the parents, and then the writers, and then the media. Now, the first 2, the teachers and the parents, are the consumers, the users of content. And the next 2 are the producers and the distributors of content, the packagers of content. So we have got the entire group of people in our conference. In the beginning, we only focused on the writers. It didn't work because the writers, without meeting the producers, the books does not get published. So we brought in the publishers and the producers. And that is why, surrounding these 4 conferences, we have circles of wonderful programs. All these programs are there. For example, we have got Splash Asia, which I'll be talking about a little bit more. Celebrating Our Stars is a program celebrating Singapore writers. We have awards and everything else. As we go along, we will let you know. Now, this is how the entire programs are stacked. It begins with Teachers Conference, ends with the Media Summit. Begins with the consumers, ends with the producers and the publishers. So, the writers who come will meet the right people so that the content will become known to the rest of the world. And underlining the entire program is the Media Mart, which is essentially a book fair, and all the evening programs that you will see down below. Now, every year we have a focus. Last year, Philippines was focused, and this year it's our neighbor, Malaysia. And they're becoming big time. And these are the illustrious, illuminating stars of Malaysia. Do we recognize any one of them? I bet you would not have. But it's high time that we know the stars, the 3 stars in our neighbor, amongst our neighbors. And just like last year, we introduced many scintillating Filipino authors and writers. This year, the writers and illustrators will be there from Malaysia. And Emily Yusof is a very well-known illustrator. And the one big story which is the signature drawing for our festival, when we talked to her and told her to just come out with a piece, she just simply drew. There's one big story in a few seconds. Such a talented artist will be here to write, to mingle with you, to talk to you, and hopefully also do some work for you if you need her. Now, going back to conference later, both our people, the speakers, as well as people who organize, put together this conference are here. We will talk to them later on and give you details about the Parents Forum and the Teachers Congress. Now, after that, we have the seminars. If you look at this year's program, it's all about going from one place to another. It's all about migrating from writing to media, from writing to animation. And here too, this year we also brought on the young adult fiction group as well, because we have always been focusing on the children. But in Asia, we do not have material for young people as well. Why not? It's high time we also focus on them. And so we are exploring content for the young people as well. Now, this is a conference we'll be talking about later on. And then the media summit. Again, our people are there, main practitioners who put together this summit program are here to give us more information. Now, and then we have 3 master classes, transmedia, animation, and poetry writing. How poetry writing, people always thought poetry writing cannot help us in any other way. But here is an interesting seminar to discuss poetry writing can shape our thinking. Now, language programs. One of the unique features of our festival is the languages. We celebrate the 4 languages as well. And then we have children's program. This is a new program again. Our chairman said, you are talking so much about children's content. Where are the children in this seminar, in this festival? Here we are bringing some children for you and programs for children as well. And these are the people who are taking part in our Media Mart. You will see in the previous years, the Media Mart was a small part of the festival. It's becoming bigger. And this is a little bit more bigger this year than the years ahead. Now, public program. This is a free program. This is something that we are, again, a new feature because of NLB, because of the space, we were able to use the NLB Plaza, not only for book launches, but all these public programs as well. And then these are our special programs for very special people. Celebrating our stars is for writers. Malaysian Night is celebrating the Malaysian writers and personnel, and the Singapore Children's Literature and Award Ceremony will be taking place, and the shortlisted writers, the winners will be announced on that day, and then there's a dinner for the Writers Association people. And then these are the awards that we're given on that award giving day. And there are special projects as well. And the bilingual picture, this is the first time our book council is publishing bilingual books with the aid of our bilingual bilingual publication committee, which has helped us to support this program. And besides that, we have a program, 2 other publications, one by water, and finally the program on the previous year's program. And these are special projects. One of the most special projects is Splash Asia, which is celebrating the theme of water. And water being the most important energies. And this year we are celebrating the program which in cooperating with many other institutions as well as United Nations, which has made the year as the water project here. And why do we think AFCC is important? Because AFCC will serve the whole of Asia, just that Bologna serves the whole of Europe. We hope we can become, in a small scale, a Bologna of Asia. And finally, our story doesn't end this year, it continues next year. So we are very optimistically have also decided next year you will be with us again. And thank you very much. And now may I call the chairman to say a welcome word and announce the shortlisted winners.
Thank you, Mr. Ramachandran, for sharing the details and highlights of this year's Asian Festival of Children's Content. Really, it is his enthusiasm, the passion, and the commitment that bring us all here. And the team with him has worked tirelessly, and I think happily to bring this to all of us. And myself, just becoming a mother-in-law, and now waiting for the pitter-patter of feet so many years, I'm beginning to be educated again about children's books. And this is a wonderful educational journey for myself at this age. It was wonderful. While the festival has always prided itself on catering to industry professionals and content creators, we see a difference this year with the addition of more public programs. One of it, as you said, was young readers. The aim of this is to gather together the entire chain of creators, distributors, consumers to foster the greater understanding between the different groups. Through this, we hope to see an increase of products which will be received by the users and acknowledged by all. During the wonderful 4 days, members of the public are welcomed to attend the various free programs. For example, the Learning Connections will be presenting Storybook Theatre, a live interactive mobile show that promotes reading and brings stories to life through theatre and performing arts. There's also a story building session conducted by Malavika PC, who employs play as a learning strategy, which encourages children to pick up story creating skills in a more exploratory manner. And I have an anecdote to share here. My number 3, who is now 19, really did not do very well with Chinese when he was in primary school. And for someone who is good in Chinese, it was like a disappointment. But I found a way to communicate and get him up to speed with Chinese by him learning the language through play and through acting and through speaking on stage, imagining speaking on stage. So he could be speaking about environmental control in Chinese, but I asked him to imagine speaking to an audience like you and to play out those words. And for 6 months, we used that pedagogy. He passed his Chinese, and he did very well in PSLE, and good enough that he's now waived for in his IB final results. So that is certainly one pedagogy for learning and for enjoying in the journey of learning. Author Vivian Kirkfield will be sharing about how parents can use picture books to build the child's self-esteem and why reading picture books is a crucial addition to every child's day. And in Dueling illustrators Chris Nixon and Stephanie Wong will listen to passages from an unpublished picture book manuscript and sketch what they imagine each scene should look like, dueling each other in the session. Another crucial part of the festival is our recognition for creative individuals and works within the sphere of children's literary content through our awards. As such, I'm pleased to announce the shortlisted works for the second Hedwig Annual Children's Book Award and the first Singtel Asian Picture Book Award. The Hedwig Annual Book Award is presented biannually for an outstanding book for children so as to recognize and inspire excellence in children's literature published in Singapore. The works that have been shortlisted for this are The Mud Skipper by Ovidia Yu, Extraordinary Losers, Operation Pants on Fire by Jessica Alejandro, Farrer Park by Ann Peters, Where's Grandma by Edmund Lin. The second Asian Picture Book Award aims to encourage and inspire the creation and publication of more Asian-themed picture books, as well as to encourage and inspire the creation and publication of more, it's a repeat, sorry, of this line. It's presented for unpublished works. There are 2 categories for the Singtel Asian Picture Book Award. One for the author and another for the illustrator. The works that have been shortlisted for the author category are Don't Eat That, Phoenix by Swapna Hada, Chap Gome by Sophie Dewanyani, If I Were by Deborah Chong, Old City by Ichinoro Gambarta, Royal Night by Lucky Te Adeward, Utang for Marcia by Maria Agnes Dorewa. And the works that have been shortlisted for the illustrated category are Who Knows Mr. Pink by Reza Dalband, Old City by Basansaran Bolomar, Royal Night by Lakite Oduwar, and Chakome by Gina. All the winning awards will be announced at the AFCC Award Presentation Ceremony on 28 May during the festival, so save the date. On behalf of the AFCC Board of Advisors and the Book Council, I'd like to thank you all for your presence, and most important, to thank you for helping us to reach out to our readers and viewers and to join us at AFCC 2013. Thank you all. And just an end note on splash. I just learned two important words. One is on water stewardship, and the second is on water efficiency. These are two important words that I think all individuals, operators, and for me in the tourism industry, that I really need to understand. Against the background of water scarcity and rapid urbanization, water is such an important element. So I really congratulate Evelyn and her team, as well as Rama, for putting this on the agenda on May 29th to look at all the titles and books on water and to get children to understand and appreciate the importance of water. And it's given us an idea that this year we'll do water, next year we'll do something else. But the environmental awareness and the nature intelligence have to start now. And I think we are all in that movement to make this possible. Thank you all for being with us.